Water is one of the most important elements there is in the natural world. And most of our bodies are made up of water. Human life and all life on Earth began in water. And yet the importance and the significance of water has been largely lost in our modern society. We drink water from taps, and the water molecules within this tap system, within the system of water, has been thrown around and funneled through right angles and harsh cylindrical funnels in order to reach our tap and then eventually our bodies. But do we ever take the time to consider the journey that water's been on in order to get to us? The information and the energy that water may have picked up, traveling through the city, traveling through the ground. In today's society, we take water for granted, and yet water is an abundant source of energy. A group of Russian scientists went to a remote water source in Venezuela, which is the source of many of the tributaries and rivers that run across the South American continent. And what they found is that this water carried 40,000 times more energy than average tap water that we drink on a daily basis. Now, the tribes and the indigenous people living by this water source weren't interested in joining this supposed advanced and progressed modern world, and they had lives of longevity and strength and health. And perhaps it was down to the fact that their water source was so vital, so full of life itself. Watch the rest of this video to learn more about the incredible and unique properties of water, and how we can all use water and honor water to benefit our lives, our health, and our happiness. Hello to everyone tuning into this video. So I'm going to be speaking about water in this video, and the element of water, what we can take from the element of water when we decide to work with the energy of water, and why water is so significant to my life. So in my birth chart, which is the chart of where all the planets were when you were born in connection to the Earth, I have only one water sign in my chart. And I'm an earth sign, and despite the fact that I've got such little water influencing my behavior, it's an element I really seek to emulate and seek to be around. I feel most comfortable, I feel most aligned and calmest when I'm around water and when I'm in my flow. And according to Taoism, the flow state is all about mimicking the natural state that water is. So allowing your course to run smoothly through rivers, through mountains, into the ocean, back round in a circle, without feeling the need to obstruct things, moving gently through it, and knowing that despite the fact that water is so soft and supple, it can also carve its way through mountains, and water is persistent, and water is life-giving. And the reason I'm making this video is because of how much my life has changed as I've decided to treat water differently. I recently watched a documentary called The Secret Life of Water, which I'll leave a link to down below, which I would highly recommend, where I discovered a lot of new information about how intelligent water is. And now whenever I drink water and whenever I think about my body, I realign with the knowledge that water is an extension of the divine love of source, and the intelligence within water is our ability to connect to divine intelligence. Water is where all of life on earth came from, and it is what is sustaining us. It's the way that we're able to conduct sound and heal ourselves. And when you actually direct positive intention and energy towards water, the molecules change. So there's a very famous Japanese scientist who I mentioned in the lead up to me speaking, who speaks about how when you freeze water, depending on the state that it's been in, so if it's been around electricity, if it's been spoken to negatively, it literally shows you under a microscope when they harden, the crystals are completely jagged and there's no regularity to it. But when you pray to water, when you bless water, when you thank water, when you love water, it shows perfectly beautiful symmetrical crystals under a microscope when you freeze that water. And so if you can do that to water molecules that just exist in a tub, imagine what you can do to your body when you invite in love, when you pray, when you worship, when you see the beauty in the creation that you are. You are genuinely affecting the water molecules. And as you probably know, we are 70% water, and the earth is made up of so much water. So when we start to send these messages to our bodies, when we say these things out loud, I love myself, I'm proud of myself, I'm happy, I'm content, thank you, these powerful, powerful words are changing the water within us, which then changes our biochemistry and leads to us feeling happier. Something that I like to do as well when I'm not feeling great is I have a bath and I will speak to the water and I will ask the water what I want it to do for me. And because I can feel energy, I begin to feel the energy coming out of my hands, and it's almost like I'm dousing the water in all this good energy, so that when I step into it, I am downloading whatever I just sent into the water, and the water's co-creating with me to give me what I want. So I would advise you, when you're feeling bad, when you're feeling low, speak to the cup of water that you have, speak to the juice that you have, speak to your cup of tea, speak to your bath, thank water, and come back into alignment with the incredible nature that water is, the incredible element that water is. And another way of also just clearing your head, clearing your mind, is thinking that your blood and the water within you is constantly shifting, constantly moving. And so when you feel stuck inside something, stuck inside a mood, stuck inside a space that you don't want to be in, just think my body is in constant motion like a river. And there's a really beautiful song, and it's "The Ocean Refuses No River." And it's just a way of also remembering that water is connected to the source of all water, which is the ocean. And in the same way that water is connected to the ocean, we are a river. We are tributaries of the river of consciousness, and that consciousness is source. And so river emulates us in that sense. If you think about source consciousness as this one big ball, and we're tiny tributaries, all connected to each other, all connected to that one big source. In that same way, every river, every valley, every stream is connected to the ocean. And so again, it's a beautiful way of mirroring that connection to the universe within the connections that there are in nature. So I'm really into blessing my water. I have a water jug that literally has quotes on it. I write letters to my water, and it's changing my life. It's making me aware of just how magical it is and how easy it is to transmute energy to work in your favor. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you go away from this changing up your rituals with water. Maybe you already have some. Leave them in the comments below if you've got some cool water rituals you want to share with me. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Remember to bless your water, remember to bless yourself, and to have gratitude for everything in your life. Thank you for listening. Mwah.